Hey guys, it's Avenger. Welcome back to the channel, and we're back in Alaska for some old school looking at trees. No, we're back here in SALS 206, the Cessna 206 that came to us freeware, and there are some big news updates for this. Not only we're getting some stunning new cockpit textures, which will be coming very soon, we're also getting, thanks to Bagley, the developer who worked on the 206 updates we've had, and the tail dragger for that, and the amphibian for that, has donated some float models which will be scaled up to fit this aircraft, and we'll soon have an amphibious 206 to go with it. Brand new panel and glare shield textures in the actual interior. So up here, everything in front of us will be shiny and new. The whole panel, brand new. Gonna change the entire aircraft, because honestly, a lot of this is just fine how it is. So, gonna quickly go to make sure we are prepped here for flight, ready to rock and roll, and we're loaded up as we need to be. In fact, I'll make sure that's all sorted here. Cargo needs to be at 150. That needs to be at baggage at 200. Aft is going to be at 100. Not 1,000. 150, 150. And of course, Captain Whiskers has been eating a bit too much Alaskan salmon. So he's up to not 150, 15 pounds. Excellent. Our fuel should be fine for us. Let's make sure our belly pod is on. It absolutely is indeed. We've got the Tundra tyres. We've got our belly pod. We're ready for Alaska in absolutely the right way here. So we are at the, let me check this out here, the Excursion Inlet Cannery here in Alaska, just north of Haines and Juneau. And we've got some inlets, we've got some old piers here, some abandoned bits and pieces. We've got the cannery here, we've got the docks for the fishing boats to come in and to unload their cargoes. We have the town, we have places where the workers stay. The whole thing. Pretty big facility here, loads of docks and piers for seaplanes and other activities. And of course, in our case, an airstrip. Water strip, of course, for seaplanes, amphibians, etc. And we've got the strip along the highway here for us to use as well. Although, technically part of the highway, I believe, in fact, at this point. So, yeah, in fact, actually, that is the road out of here, from what I know. Anyway, moving on, let's get back into the aircraft, get ourselves out of here. We've got about 50 minutes in the air today. We're not going to see all of that. I'll cut out all the boring crap we don't want to see. Let's move those closed. We'll need that closed so we got some temperature. Clear prop. Still got those default sounds. I will be changing that, of course, once we're settled. Let's go flaps one notch here. Make sure everything is set where it should be. Run up to 2,000 on our RPM. Parking brake is set. Left mag drops to about 1900, right just below it, so a little bit of a drop. 100 RPM, not the end of the world. Both seem to manage just fine. Okay, fuel pumps are off, and everything else is here good to go. Pop our windows because I love being able to do that. Okay, look at my head turned on. This is a bit of a return to the classic Avenger flying of yore. We have me, a bush trip, and some cool missions. We're heading to 2 airstrips today. Heading to the Endicott River airstrip, which is 4 Alpha Alpha 6, which is 980 feet. And you'll be getting the links to all these strips we visit today in the description. So for Excursion Inlet, for Endicott River, and our final destination, the Takin River airstrip, 4 Alpha Alpha 4. This, of course, is Echo X-Ray India. We'll be getting all of those, and you'll be able to get the link to the aircraft as well. So if you're curious, looking good, about the strips, and about Captain Whiskers, of course, my animal companion I have in the cockpit always. He'll be available in the link as well. I always link him. Pity I can't actually have the co-pilot visible in the cockpit in this yet. Maybe that'll be an update. We'll see. Let's get turned around here. Now, this is my ballpark. A 206, Tundra tyres, a belly pod. We're good to go. So, good headwind today for takeoff. We're pretty heavy, though, so we'll need to make sure we pop this up and then climb as quickly as we can. So, as soon as the airspeed's alive, we'll be monitoring. Airspeed's moving. Look out for that log on the right there. Get the nose up, get it flying, build some airspeed, get those flaps up. And now we can climb away quickly. Nicely done. Let's pop it up, get into ground effect, get the nose, and get the gear up, get the flaps up, or I should say not gear. Get it lifted, now get the nose down so we can build some airspeed here. And get ourselves round. We're going to start our climb up, and we'll do most of that, and then we'll kind of cut out the chunk of us just flying A to B between a couple of these legs, because it's quite long, and a ton of the scenery will look the same no matter where we are. I mean, do you need to see this all the way along it? You don't listen to me talk for 50 minutes, do you? No, that'd be horribly boring, and nobody would like it. So what we're going to do is actually cut across here to save us some time, rather than going all the way up there and trying to cut across these high mountains. A lot of bush flying is picking the right route, not picking necessarily the direct route. So in this case, that is going to be us doing a little bit of gentle climb here. We'll put our power actually back into the window. 2300 on the RPM for climb. Okay, looking good. And I think we might have to cross this stuff ahead of us as well, but we've got a good gentle run in towards this before we start turning up. So at about 130 here, we should be just fine. On the indicated, we're not losing airspeed, but we are climbing. About 1,000 feet a minute, a nice steady rate. And there's going to be room up ahead for us to circle if we need to, and we probably will have to circle. I'll just move us to the side of the valley just to be safe, because it's not a fight we want to basically put ourselves in. This is a turbocharged engine, so we should be good at altitude, but it always pays to just pay attention to your terrain. You don't want to end up as a feature of it. Judging by our wind direction, that's going to be the upwind side, so I'd probably want to be over there. Maybe grab some ridge lift as we go. So I'm going to try and pop us across this ridge line in front of us, which should boost us up. And I think I can spot a lower chunk just beyond it, so we'll have to see. But it is kind of wide beyond that ridge line, so we should be safe. I must say, the panel's a bit of a letdown, but that is of course being fixed. I'm so excited for that, because it'll take it from being a plane I really like and could be perfect to being a damn sight closer to it. I mean, I'd love to see old textured seats at some point. The actual panels and sidewalls are fine. The panel's what we look at the most, and with that being tarted up and looking really pretty. So instruments, panel, glare shield, looking good. I'll be very happy with that, and I can't wait to see it. I don't have permission from Burke to post those pictures of his, so I won't, but it will be coming very soon, so watch this space. We should be able to make that ridgeline ahead of us just fine. Maintain that 1,000 feet there. I don't like this. I don't think we actually are. No, we're bleeding speed. So we'll pull this off here, we'll drop it down to 500 feet, and we'll climb. We'll circle here, just do one orbit, and we'll be clear. Valleys like that one where it's basically a dead end, you gotta know you're gonna make it, or don't enter it. I couldn't put myself in a committed position there, because my airspeed would be too low. So any kind of attempt to change my direction would be met by failure. So I can't afford that. I'd stall and I'd crash, and I am heavy, so I need to be aware of that. Speaking of which, let's close these. It's giving me psychological cooling because I'm very hot in my office right now. Okay, we're gaining altitude nicely. A little bit about power. Keep it at the max 2500. Just a little under that. We don't want to overpower the engine much. There we go. We're going to be absolutely clear of that ridgeline now, so we'll come true on heading. And we should be just fine. Now, this fly is absolutely great for 206. I love it. And in fact, we have all the little features, the candy toys we want to play with. It's real nice. The only things I'd really basically improve with it are adding things like chocks and tie downs, the fun stuff, visibility of a co-pilot in the cockpit, whether it's the MSFS one, or if you have a cat like me, a cat, because that's cool. See, one little quick 360, and we've got enough altitude to pop across this and have absolutely no drama whatsoever. And I believe this will put us in the interior here, so We're going to continue climbing on course, and we will see once we get a lot closer to the Endicott River Strip. But there's the estuary there. Perfect. We'll see you when we're closer. And we are back. We're not too far away, in fact. Never been to this strip before, so pretty sure it's down here below us somewhere. So we're going to quickly cycle around top of our power. I didn't really miss much in the terrain game. Is that it there? I think that's it on the headland. That would be the place I'd build a strip in this sort of terrain. And it's next to the river outlet there. We'll do a quick fly past on our modified downwind. We'll take a look, shall we? There be the river estuary, so yeah. Now we're looking at 984 feet here. And it doesn't look that big. Although I could be entirely wrong as to where it is. No, it is on that bit of Edland there. Oh no, there it is. There it is. Right there. Okay, we're looking cozy. We're looking cozy. We'll fly the actual strip heading itself rather than parallel for our downwind. I want to see what it looks like up close. So we'll slow down here. Strain my neck a little bit here to get a better view of this. Okay. Slipper and power on so we can kind of get a better side down look. Notch a flapperino. Got to come in off the inlet side. Terrain's not too heavy around it. We should be okay. Awesome. That'll do us. We'll button hook around out here. And we'll make our approach. We'll drop off our supplies for the guys here. And then we'll be able to head back on up the inlet here. This goes past Glacier Point and Rusty Barge. Two strips I've been at before. In fact, the two strips I flew at when I reviewed this aircraft. So you won't mind if we skip that portion of the recording. Because you've been there. See? I think ahead. Okay. Oh, we actually just nearly overspeeded our flaps. Second stage there. So let's circle it around. Let's watch our speed though. Never landed here before, so this will be a challenge. Where is it? I don't see it. I think it's there. Okay, it is. We're on kind of a base. We need to turn before we hit this hillside, which is usually beneficial to not hitting a hillside. And we should be good. I think it's right there. Right there. That's one thing I love about 2020 is these strips are so much harder to see. Second notch flaps is in. Power to idle. We're good here. We'll be able to turn in as we come across this line. Little bit of an energy killer as we set up here. That's more of an angular attack stall there. This is tight. Okay, nice and squeezy does it. Oh, bugger. What did I hit there? Oh, God. What the hell did I hit? Oh, that's a Y. We don't want to press Y. We want it to go... Ah, that's what we want to press. Oh, I hit the log. So I came in, I must have clipped that tree there, and I hit the log, and we pirouetted. This, boys and girls, is why you don't hit logs, because logs bite, okay? Logs bite. We flipped the plane, and we killed everybody on board. Not my finest moments. I'm heavy, never landed here before. Probably should have done a recon pass. I'm rushing because you're here. I didn't want to make a mistake. So I made a mistake. Yeah. Evil tree that killed everybody. Remember this one, okay? Am I redoing this fight? Am I? Hell, this is not how I roll. I make a mistake, you get to see it. I don't care. There's a bit of a slope to this, so we will back taxi the whole way. But it is a good way to do a short landing when your crater is about the length of your rollout. Yeah. We flipped and died in a ball of fire. Captain Whiskers lost a life. So we've got about 4 more, I think, at this rate. Yeah, my problem is I try to do things I shouldn't do, and I try to rush them. Like, I would have liked to have actually done a much closer pass of the approach, tried an approach and see how it is. And I probably should. In fact, when we get to our final strip here, we will absolutely do that, because we have about 150 less feet. We'll have 750 to work with, which is probably asking a lot for this plane. I can't do it now. I have to go and do a takeoff now. We'll come back and we'll land at this. We'll make it, okay? We have to do it. I will not be satisfied unless I make it in. Perfectionist tells me we have to do it. And you'll get to see it, because that's... No, evil log. Go away, evil log. There we go. This is asking for trouble. There we go. Build speed, climb away. I shall come in a little bit higher this time. And a little bit straighter. Probably not the right phrase to say in June, but screw it, we'll stick with it. Coming around here. Happy Pride Month, by the way, to all my fans and followers who are within the general community and or allies. I am an ally. I love you all. Wonderful people. Definitely not a straight month in June. You can't say that. It's not straight. And if you're not, happy, month before July. Or whatever else you might do in June. I don't know what else we celebrate in June, or would have celebrated otherwise, so screw it, why not? I fully agree there shouldn't be a Pride when it isn't needed. And as soon as it's not needed, I'm sure there won't be one. But for now, it's very much needed. So, rock on. Here we go. If you don't like that opinion, unfortunately, oh well. I am a supporter. I have friends and family who are within the community, and it's just how it is. Okay. Full flaps. Let's put the brakes on this old bacon train, shall we? Watch out for Twiggy. That's important to note. Watch out for Twiggy. Keep eyes out for Twiggy. No Twiggy. Twiggy bad. Twiggy bad. This is really confined for a plane like this. Beautiful. I'm not an idiot, I told you. See? That was sexy. Hell yeah. And room to play with. Room to play with too. Right, let's make sure we pull the flaps up, of course. Because you can't open these without that being open. Unload our cargo. Get everything going to where it needs to go. Clickety clickety clack. Which means we will take some weight out actually. And that's going to be... Okay, that is our weight now. We're about half weight. We're taking out our supplies for here. And we're good to rock and roll. So, fuel back on again. Everything's looking good to go. Clear prop. Alright. Temps are actually looking reasonable, so let's do this thing. A little bit less weight. We should be a little bit easier to get off the ground here. Dumped about 400 pounds of weight. No Twiggy to watch out for. Clear that stuff. Yes, we did. Excellent. See, I had to go back in again just to prove to you I could do it. And it was a beautiful landing the second time around when Twiggy didn't try and catch me. Twiggy doesn't like me, and Twiggy wants me to make bad videos, so Twiggy said, get over here and do a backflip. Wasn't my incompetence at all. Definitely not. Why would it be? I'm not incompetent, it's you. I'm very defensive. People told me that. I probably deserve it though. Let's get old Otto cranked up here. We should be able to click on nav and be actually locked into it right now. We are. So we'll not set that. We'll go to VS mode. We'll climb for 800, which is exactly what we want. And let's set our power as it needs to be. Oh, what's that? Cylinder head temps are quite warm. Okay. Bring that into range. So we're looking for 2250 on there. We'll drop this down to about 25 on our manifold. CHTs are scorching right now, but they are starting to just about drop. We do want climb power, so we'll go back up to 30 or 28 there. Keep an eye on my cylinder head temps, those are quite warm. Yes. Otherwise, we're climbing nicely. Flaps are retracted. Fuel pump is off. After takeoff checklist is complete. We are good to cruise. And according to the computer of magic data, we will be at our turning point to the valley at 14 minutes. You will not see these next 14 minutes. They will be magical 14 minutes of time travel, where I sit here and fly it, aka read a book, and you will magically skip to the point of the turn, which will be coming up now. We are back, and we can go back inside now, and we're about to make our final turn in towards, and I've already forgotten the name of the airstrip, the Takin River airstrip for Alpha 4. Now this is 750 feet, so we're going to have to be a little bit spicy in our conduct here, as I'm going to flip off Otto now. We're done with his necessity. Switch my head back on here, so we're good to rock and roll. And we'll keep our eyeballs peeled for our airstrip. We've got some flat ground on the edge of the inlet here, as river turns into inlet behind us. And we'll keep our eyes out for the strip, which shouldn't be too far away. It's not super clear where it is, but I don't think it's going to be super far off the edge of the land. According to the box of magical information, 5 minutes away. 5 minutes you'll have missed absolutely nothing. I was just flying up the coast there. There was scenery on one side, there was water on the other, and there was a mixture of the two in front. It wasn't a ton. Let's crane my neck up here over the 206 glare shield. They're quite tall, so sometimes it can be a bit of a pig to see properly. It's not awful. Let's trim her up a little bit here. I will say trim positioning is one of the worst things in flight sim. Always feels a little bit inadequate. There we go. Now if it's down this valley, this could present us with some absolutely interesting problems. I think it is. It's going to be. The Takin River most likely is this thing ahead of us. Yeah, that's going to be the Takin River here. Feeding into this. Meaning our strip will be up here somewhere. Where? I'm not entirely sure. But it's more narrow than I'd like, and giving us a few limited options in terms of getting around if we need to turn. So we're going to have to be a little more careful with this. Need to actually drop those cowl flaps towards close now, because we're cooled down our CHTs. Shouldn't be too bad though. We're a lot lighter, so we should be able to land a lot sooner. We need about 150 feet less, because we've got 750 to work with, and we had 980 there, so okay, maybe 250 less. So, and we used most of what we had. We'll have to be careful. We're lighter, it should be easier. This can do it in 700 feet. I just need to be absolutely on the numbers to do so. So that would be our goal today. Yeah, we're on course here. So keep eyes out now for the runway. And wherever it happens to be located. Gorgeous terrain. Roll us over to the side here and take us over this side of the landscape. It's a bit higher here, so it'll give us more room to kind of see what's down below us, the runway to the right, I suspect. So there are some options to turn around, but it's relatively confined in the grand scheme. That wouldn't be something you'd go up unless you knew you could exit. Not a chance. That would kill you. Like at this altitude, you do not enter that. There's no way out of it. Far too narrow to turn around, sloping sides, climbing terrain. Known as if funnel the wind, but that will get you. I'd only enter that if I was twice the altitude I'm at right now. You've got to be alert to these things in this kind of landscape, because it looks benign flying around here, but you know, you take the wrong turning somewhere and that's it. Glacier retreating up there. So you've got like the sediment deposited from the glacier's tip here. There would be a lake if it was normal conditions, but they could also be dry moraines at the end, where the terrain has basically just settled down and the water's gone underground. It's also pretty possible. Okay. I see something up ahead. That's another river, that's not our strip. That could be it up ahead. But I'm not positive so far. But it is a bit wider and a bit shallower out here, so we're beneficial. This is where it gets real bushy. Out there on the actual main inlet, much easier. I can make a huge pattern, turn around, good approach, set up just nice. But this is where I have to be a lot more careful, being constrained like this. I just love seeing these parts of the world where I've never been before. I've not been down here, so seeing some of these valleys is kind of awesome. Seeing the, you know, the terrain that the glaciers have pushed around, and just the new places, just these river estuaries and valleys that have been carved out. Stunning, really. Okay, what do we got down there? 3 miles away, 1 minute 30, so we're right on top of this thing. I'm guessing it's probably over there somewhere. Oh god, it could be there. Oh, that'd be horrible. What should be right over there? And I can confirm to you the picture you saw earlier that I didn't have permission to post. I do. I just heard back from Sal right now, as I'm recording this, that I do have permission to show you the float version. So, obviously not finished yet, nowhere near done. Early preview. So the picture you saw earlier on is very much a preview, not completed. I did not hear back from Burke in time for the video, so I can't show you the cockpit. But, I mean, he did post it publicly. It wasn't privately sent to me. I suppose I could. This is definitely one of those occasions where it's a freeware project. They're releasing it free. This is helping promote it. You'll have seen the interior too. Because whilst he hasn't technically told me yes, he did post it in the public Discord. And that counts. Right? Okay, where are we here? Where are we? Where are we? Is that it right there? That could be it there, I think. Oh god, that's tiny. At least the approach is easier. Yeah, that's our runway. Oh god, this is gonna kill me. Okay, we'll do this one properly. No messing around. We'll do a test run, we'll see how it goes, and then we'll go around, we'll do it again. We do this one properly, or we don't do it at all. I've chopped up enough of this flight to afford a couple of runs, and you'll get to see my methodology here. So, I'm going to swing around. Okay. Fuel pumps are on, just in case something goes horribly wrong. I want that pumping. First stage flaps is going in. Bring her around. I see the strip, I think. Second stage. It's not angled straight down the valley. That's a bit of a problem. It's just angled to this side. So I have to come in and I need to make a turn to the right here. Or go further out and make it a straight in run. And it'll be down here. Got a fairly low approach, but there's those trees right on that little island in front of it. Well, bushes. There's low terrain all around it. I see Twiggy right by the runway. Darn it. Okay, we're climbing out. Flaps are up. We're clean. Okay, climb power. We'll bring her up and around. And I want to make sure we do this right. This is going to be asking a lot from this aircraft. 700 feet, 750 feet is going to be really asking a lot. Fuel is about quarter tanks, so we've got plenty of room, well, about a quarter of a tank. We've got plenty of fuel, definitely got plenty of fuel to make it somewhere with fuel, back to where we came. But we're about half on our payload. But let's have a quick look at the numbers exactly, see what we're actually sitting on. We're sitting on payload, 500 pounds of payload of 1100, so we're about 530 out of 1100. A little under half our payload is currently being used, so Twiggy is very close to the runway. I need to stick to the left of centre line. I need to watch out for that little clumps of trees in front of it. I might turn the corner, actually. I might turn the corner there. I might come a little flatter along here and curve it in. Because I need more low level. We can do this. We can do this. I can't do this. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be real interesting. I have never done this before like I did the last one. I blew up the first one, of course, monumentally. But we can try. We can only try, and we'll see what will happen. Okay. Okay. A little bit too much bank angle there. But we're in the tight valley. I want to make it round here, no problems. A little bit of altitude won't kill us, that's good. Let's pull this power out now. Prop full fine. Pumps on. Flaps are currently up. Flaps are going to be first notch in. There's our strip. We have it sighted straight away. A little bit of altitude helped us there. We'll hold tight to this face here. We'll go for a straight in attempt. I don't think I'll curve it because I just don't know the terrain well enough. I don't think I can hold this thing in the air at that low an altitude on the prop. So I'm just going to hold us here. Notch 2. Stay left of centre line. The foliage is clearer on the left. Okay. Full flaps. We're full fine. We're full. Everything is set up and ready. Hold on to your behinds, boys and girls. Alright. There we go. Dump it over this altitude. There she goes. Nicely done. Straighten her up. This should hit like an air brake now. We're perfectly on course. Little power. There's Twiggy. I see Twiggy. Brakes are on. Flaps coming up. Oh, wow. Okay. 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 Oh, how much did we use here? That's the end of our runway there. This is a rutted track. This is as narrow as our wheelbase. This runway is our wheelbase, literally. This is just a... This is someone's driving track from a four-wheeler. We used that. Not terrible. I'm impressed. I'm happy with that. This is how close some of this stuff was. We have Twiggy 1 over there. Twiggy 1 over there. In fact, our wingtips are... Yeah. Our wingtips basically are extending out to where the foliage is. So if it's the lower cut grass here, our wings were over half of these massive logs that were in the way. There's one right there, just off the runway, one right there as well. That's one we noted on our first approach pass that we spotted. Bit of debris there beside the runway. It's a cub, it's definitely a cub strip. But we made it work. And there's someone's campfire. In fact, you know what? I'm camping out there now. Let's get this thing turned around, shall we? Ugh. I'm not sweating, you're sweating. Oh, there's a twig. There we go. Now where's that camping spot? There it is. Oh, hello. What are we about to do there? Apparently going anywhere off this runway meant boingy boingy time. There we go. Electronics off. Doors open. Let's let Captain Whiskers out for a bit of a break. And we're parked exactly where we'd like to be. Although I wouldn't like to be this close to the fire pit if I was landing. I'd probably like to be a bit further off. But it'll do. I love this thing by Sal and the guys. A fantastic job. Looking forward to seeing the new cockpit textures. And I'm looking forward to seeing, of course, the amphibian version. Love me a good amphibian. Apparently it flies really nicely. So I'm excited. Thank you for watching. And excuse the first attempt if I do things properly and take my time. Apparently I'm a good pilot. If I rush things for videos, I'm not. On that bombshell, which you all already knew, I'll see you soon. Bye!